it still burns.
GSL 시즌 2 코드 S.
We're back in the GSL Code S, and it's time to decide who moves on now to the round of 16. A Terran versus Terran, GuMiho versus aLive, and this is going to be so close.
Yeah, this is a really good match. Like, GuMiho can take any Terran in the world down, and he oftentimes, like in best of threes, takes a map off of basically all the top Terrans, right?
Yeah.
And again, I would put him about 6 as far as Terran skill, but everything's variable. It's so hard to say how this will go today, because aLive has not looked untouchable. Creator did smash him game 1, so who knows? GuMiho, on the other hand, really, really on top of things. If he were to get out in first place, it truly would not surprise me, even though coming in tonight, it's like, I think aLive probably wins the group, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe Zest second place, but you never know with Gumi. But yeah, GuMiho he's looking strong, man.
Okay, map 1 is going to be on Daybreak. Both these guys, I think, are just, it's going to be a very tough one to call. Let's see how they decide to play against each other. These two players are basically what we put into like tier 2, right below the 4 Horsemen.
Yes,
even though
that.
in some days they might be just as good as the 4 Horsemen of Terran.
Yeah.
We're talking about TY, Maru, Beyond,
Innovation.
But
well, yeah, these guys aren't really champions yet, right? Like they can show like in a series they can be as good, but overall, man, you got to bring home those titles.
They haven't gotten the gold yet.
An IPL from 2012, not really as relevant as the multiple GSL titles and stuff, you know?
Exactly. We are about to get this started. Guys, tell your friends to join us. This is the GSL Code S on a good time for those people in the NA region. That includes you as well, South America. We love you guys too.
Yeah, the SA region.
The SA region. Anyways, this is game number 1 in this best of 3. Let's go. In the upper right, in the blue, he is
My Insanity, aLive.
in the bottom left, in the red, he is
Storm Gaming, GuMiho.
Ooh. Okay. Both of them going double gas on one base, so definitely going to be teching up rather heavily here before expanding.
That's right. Both of these guys in Terran vs. Terran have been known to do a lot of very aggressive builds, so I'm not sure exactly what happens when you put two of them together. If they're both rushing each other and fighting in the middle of the map or what. If they're going to tech up very quickly, sometimes the games can end right away.
Yeah, things can get out of control sometimes. I would guess that GuMiho will have some Cyclones mixed in there. He's loved the Cyclone basically for the duration of Legacy of the Void. It's been one of his key units, above probably other Terrans, generally speaking. And aLive, you know, a lot of the times he does like to get quick medevacs, get some Marines, maybe a mine down there as well. But we'll see as they tech up.
GuMiho has really proven that the Cyclone is incredibly viable in Terran versus Terran. Also in Terran versus Protoss as well.
Yeah, Cyclones are they're having a little bit of a resurgence. Like, we've seen them defensively quite a bit and for very early attacks. I've seen some people messing around getting some extra Cyclones in the mid-game as well, which has been kind of interesting. They're a little bit expensive, and in the bigger battles they generally don't fare as well, but they can tank like 1 billion adept hits, so that's kind of nice.
The Reaper now moving around up to the center right location. GuMiho interested in trying to get in here and seeing if he can't get any scouting off. Does not see a command center, which is one of the most important things to look for. If you don't see a CC, you have to assume they're doing something aggressive. Beyond that, these builds have almost mirrored each other.
Yeah, it's basically exactly mirrors here. I guess now the first change occurs. GuMiho grabs a Cyclone instead of another Hellion, and that's something that you would expect anyways. This guy just loves his Cyclones, but both of them probably going to go into Ravens. Probably going to, you know, we could see Banshees, but Vikings are also quite popular.
Now it's 2 Reapers over here to the 1 Hellion and the Reaper, but I think he decides to not go ahead and engage. And he's going to be banking that Raven for a little bit. And we don't have any expanding action here. Now, since they're both even on armies, you might be thinking, well, they're going to be, you know, there's nothing they can do to each other. But you'd be surprised. It depends on really where they catch each other and how good they are at controlling. For instance, especially early on when you have one medevac, microing in and out of that medevac can sometimes turn a game upside down.
It really can. Banshee for GuMiho without Cloak. Well, I guess that makes the Raven less less needed, but Raven definitely can get a lot of harassment damage done as well with those auto turrets. Good on the defense also. Both expanding at the same time. Very, very close to the same stuff that these guys are doing, just slightly different roads.
Seems like for the time being they both decided to back off, seeing that there's no clear advantage here. And of course, if you are moving out on the middle of the map, you are at risk of getting caught somewhere or getting dropped in your main.
Yeah.
As I say that, though, it seems like it's going to be GuMiho maintaining the map presence. He's got his 2 Cyclones out here. In fact, he is going to be moving out in one way or another.
Well, when he made the Banshee, he kind of declared that he wanted to try to mix it up and get some damage done, whereas aLive going into the Viking said the opposite. He wants to get this game a little bit later on.
The Viking coming down here now to try to get that other Raven. Meanwhile, it looks like we have GuMiho coming up here for an engage.
Oh, nice. He actually catches one of these Cyclones. Great pullback there, though. The SCV's trying to zone out everything, so a few of them do get picked off. This is just about the end of that engagement. Might fly the Banshee around to join it, though, because they do put out huge ground damage.
Okay, he's going to come up here now. Of course, so far, aLive doesn't know where that Banshee is, so he's still trying to be cautious, keeping this Raven and this Viking over here to defend it. And now he's going to try to slip through the side over here.
That's kind of cool. If everything chases it back, he can get into position with the Cyclones again. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's bringing these Cyclones up with the Hellions, forces everything to run away. Oh, look at this sneaky move. But
Whoa!
Found out so quickly.
Yep, trying to target anything down over here. The Vikings landed. Still, though, getting some good kills right now. It's about 3 SCV kills so far, and this, of course, will be picked off as a Cyclone targets that down. Supplies right now, 57 to 64, with a minor lead right now for a player in the red, GuMiho.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more of this army, it looks like.
Look at these mines. This is so good.
That was awesome.
This is so sick.
That mine flank.
He bounced them right up there. Wow, that was so good. This game may seesaw back. And, oh!
Wow. Almost picking that off. He is making siege tanks at home with Marines, so should be able to hold on. Oh, that was really nice by aLive.
Yeah, hit that when it was curving around. Let's see if aLive can't come in here and try to do some of his own damage here to GuMiho. There is one siege tank up.
Could have a lot of auto turrets popping down. aLive really showing his finesse in this matchup right now.
Puts another auto turret down here, hoping to zone back that that Viking. However, the Viking's already looped around and is now going to be hitting over here. He does take out that one Raven.
Viking barely making it out. By the way, I still find it hilarious that the Raven can now fight against the Viking.
Yeah.
The Viking used to be a natural predator of the Raven, but now with these auto turrets, the fact that it can actually defend itself,
yeah, it's pretty
so
funny.
That's like a baby rabbit defending itself against a lion or something. Like, what?
We have Stim coming down here. aLive Stim is slightly quicker.
And
Other than
aLive,
that, their production seems kind of even.
yeah, it's pretty similar. aLive is actually going to be the economic player here, and GuMiho is going to stay a little bit more on the aggressive side, which means the double eBay and quicker third CC for aLive, whereas GuMiho will have a bit more map control, focusing a bit more heavily on getting that air control with the Vikings, and his third CC will be later, as well as the second eBay being quite a bit later.
Once again, GuMiho going to try to get out on the map, see if he can't get some kind of map control here. At least does get control of that tower. And is he going to make the command center over here at the third base location?
Yeah, I think probably he will. Like, when you open up a little bit later on that economy, you generally can put a bit more pressure on the map. So your opponent might have to defend a little bit more heavily if they're flying around, you know, having been more greedy with the quicker E-bays, the quicker third command. You might be able to actually break through somewhere and do some significant damage. So could be safe for GuMiho to do that.
aLive is about to land that third base, so his base is going to land the same time that GuMiho's is actually going to be started. Oh, good job there with that Marine taking that out.
Oh, that's so annoying.
That slows GuMiho down so much. That's so annoying. This is where he stims it and tries to get that one SCV. Oh, never mind. Stim's not quite done yet.
Yeah, he'll have that finishing up for GuMiho momentarily here. But aLive is looking good. GuMiho is not really posturing on the map all that much. He does have a good set of tech units right now. I'd like to see him poke in a little bit. He's just now scouting that third CC is already mining, so if he doesn't move out here, I will get a little bit confused.
aLive's going to come down in a moment, probably try to wipe out that one Marine that's down there, and then be ready to engage his opponent.
And the bio count of aLive will be shooting up pretty quickly here as all of his barracks finish. He should have all those add-ons pretty much done. Second factory coming a bit quicker as well, as he did skimp on tanks to get everything else going.
As you can see here, now the two refineries are up and running. It does appear that GuMiho is rotating around the bottom of the map and is going to try to attack in here. aLive not fully defending that lower base because he wants to be safe against drops as well. He doesn't really have map control. But stimming in here, this base is naked right now.
Oh, dropping into the main base as well. So he's trying to hit multiple locations right now. Siege is up in range of this command center. So that's going to make it additionally annoying right now for aLive to deal with.
These Marines stimming, running away, trying to get as many SCVs as they can. And this command center needs to be lifted immediately. A brilliant play right here. Oh, he's going to auto-turret this too. Look at this. He's going to try to gun down some of these tanks.
Ooh, almost gets that front one. In fact, throws another auto-turret just barely. Oh, he gets it. That's really nice, just using auto-turrets to clear that out. And he's forced to lift, put a lot of damage on there, got 7 SCVs overall. This is the exact type of move that we needed to see out of GuMiho to punish the faster third command center.
Now, the question is GuMiho going to try to push forward, or is he going to try to hold his ground over here? He's scanning, and he's taking out all these tanks. This is actually enough damage. This is 4 tanks against, what, 1 right now?
Yeah, GuMiho's slaughtering at the moment. Even trying to hit a big drop in that main base does get pushed back by aLive, but GuMiho has taken a nice edge. aLive is out on the map. He's going to go towards his third base. Oh, that set of units will not stop this drop.
Yeah, right now, aLive is completely pinned. Now, there's a small force coming up here. He needs to regroup the next rally over here to try to help defend this.
Okay, that's a good amount of Marines coming down.
He'll be okay
save
now.
This command? Yeah, a lot of SCVs going down, though. So this was really successful by aLive, this little counter.
The problem is that aLive needs to get the third base up and running. And to be frank, his main's a little bit vulnerable. Even though he has Marines here, if the Marines ever leave, this drop can once again come in here and do a good amount of damage.
Ooh, a nice stim in there by aLive, very much on top of things. Brings up a siege tank as well. GuMiho, though, with 3 medevacs and quite a few Marines punching forward right now, taking everything down. More Marines will come up to clean it. But GuMiho continues to put on damage.
Another drop comes in. I think that there should be enough here. Oh my God, taking in a few more units right over there. Wow. Big win there for GuMiho. GuMiho just really in the face of aLive right now. aLive, at this point in time, becoming economically crippled.
Yeah, this is very tough. Like, GuMiho's done a good job of this overall. Like, just keeping the map very dark for aLive so he could get into this position at the third. Great scanning to make sure that the siege tanks coming up at him were not able to break through. Now he's got the air control over there as well, but it looks like aLive might be going for a flank here.
I think you're right. He's going to try to hit this from all these different sides. But there's an army over here as well for his opponent. So these tanks should be taken out, but I think the next follow... Okay, here we go. Coming from behind.
Ooh.
He needs to keep these tanks alive.
Look at that. Just so many Marines here. GuMiho is just slaughtering
I think this is almost
everything.
GG.
Yeah, he's killing off so much at the moment.
Wow.
And even this command center will fall. That is basically GuMiho's game.
I gotta say, GuMiho just played absolutely brilliantly.
Yeah, he's playing awesomely. This is really quite a treat.
Look at this. He just knows when to run away. It's okay, fight another day. He backs up. There's more medevacs and everything else being reinforced over here. He might just go and try for the kill move. He could even try dropping the main at this point in time.
You know, I really appreciate TVTs like this when one person goes for the fast third command and double eBay and the other one goes a little bit more tech heavy and gets on the map. And watching aLive kind of like hemming and hawing at his natural, trying to make sure he can secure everywhere, that's like... sometimes you watch some of these really top-end Terrans, like a TY, he'll make that third command and sit in his main for 100 years and just be like, okay, I'm not going to take this right now because I don't know where all your stuff is. And that's something where you see that GuMiho just outdid aLive, you know?
GuMiho popping aLive's tanks like they're balloons.
Yeah.
Comes through there. Too much damage. GuMiho wins game number 1.
Yeah, that was really, really well done. Very well executed. aLive landing that third command a little bit early this game. If he can figure out where GuMiho is going and intercept it, then this is going to give him a nice lead, right? Because he's mining so quickly from the third. But instead, he was trying to defend absolutely everywhere at once, and thus GuMiho gets the edge there and keeps it the entire game. Superbly played.
Very nicely done by GuMiho. He's going to have to do it one more time, though. aLive still has an opportunity to come back. Will aLive play a more conservative game? They both opened up one basing, by the way, and didn't do really too much substantial damage to each other.
Well, this next map, Abyssal Reef, plays a little bit differently because you can siege the natural so easily.
That's right.
If someone goes eco-heavy, the other one goes very tech-heavy, I feel like the tech-heavy player is going to have an advantage.
In the upper left, in the blue.
My Insanity, aLive.
In the bottom right, in the red, he is
Storm Gaming, GuMiho.
Artles. Artie.
Tastles.
Tasticles.
Tasticles.
It's my Greek
Tastimus
name.
Maximus.
Yeah. Tastimus Aurelius Maximus.
Tastius Gaius.
Bastimus
Caesar.
Mastimus.
Bastimus Mason.
Yeah.
More like Bastimus Pastimus.
Bastimus Pastimus.
Whenever I think of you, I just think about paste.
I'm so base, but I'm also simply a paste, so.
Oh, my.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
Paste is like the inferior glue. It's like not even tape. It's just like what little kids in elementary school when we grew up used to put paper together.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. Like, why did we have that and not just glue? It's like,
I don't know.
It's like what cavemen used to paste their stuff together. It's like...
That's me, man. Bastimus Pastimus.
Bastimus Pastimus.
So we have...
It really describes your personality.
Yeah, there we go. We have...
Not caring, but no one else cares either. Like, Bastimus Pastimus.
The Reaper's coming down now for GuMiho, and aLive has got a Reaper block over here to keep his command center safe. But very different build orders. One person going for a quick expand, the other clearly setting up for some aggression here.
He really is with that quick starport. That's going to be the biggest difference, but GuMiho is going directly into the Cyclone. Now, because there's Hellions coming, he'll probably have to back up from his natural for just a second. Generally, you hit with the Hellion and the Reaper right before that pops out, so he might be able to, like, slow down the command center. Well, I guess it just finished, but slow down the mining at the command center just slightly. I feel like he's just slightly late getting there with that Hellion. Yes.
Okay, the Reaper comes up. He's going to see that there's nothing in here that's really that helpful for defending, yet it's a one-base play, so he knows that there's some aggression coming in here. Now, What aLive's doing, I think it's very good specifically on this map, but if it doesn't get him that lead he should be able to get from it, he will probably end up losing later on.
Good scouting from GuMiho. He sees everything that's going on. And his starport just finished, right? Yeah, okay. He actually goes for a medevac. That's not what I was expecting out of GuMiho here. If you're scouting the tech lab and everything, I feel like if he made Viking and went into siege tanks as well, he might be able to just kind of secure everything, but it looks like he'd prefer to get a bit aggressive.
Well, here's the thing is that if aLive doesn't get that aggressive, there might be a timing window that's very little where because GuMiho's had another base up, he might have a few extra units and be able to push out.
Yeah.
I think.
And with the amount of cyclones he's making, he's going to have a Marine force as well as a Cyclone force. So, like, you drop with the Marine somewhere, force units back, bring the Cyclones up into the natural. That type of move.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward approach, but I think this is smart. aLive didn't really do much of anything.
By the way, kind of cool that his 2 Cyclones go out different exits. Like, I feel like this kind of covers his bases. He knows if anything's coming towards him.
Yeah.
Okay, the medevac going towards the main base right now.
Very well played Cyclone, by the way, over here for aLive.
Oh, and he just drops on the low ground. He's not going to overcommit.
Okay, he's just trying to micro back here. He does end up getting this one depot. Ooh. There we go.
Not sure exactly how much more he's going to be able to get. It seems like aLive just has enough units that this is not an issue.
Well, hold on. 3 Cyclones, Artosis.
There's quite a few. Oh, the auto turret coming down, just slaughtering some of this, really helping out quite a bit. Oh, good micro there by GuMiho, picking up one of those Cyclones, keeping it alive a bit longer.
Nicely done by aLive. Wow, just shuts that down. Yeah, I agree with you, Artosis. Obviously hindsight's 20/20, but I think it probably wasn't necessary for GuMiho to try to do that.
Yeah, it seemed like everything went in aLive's favor. If he has a Raven, and don't forget he had 2 Reapers there still. The grenades really screw up these battles. So, like, was seeing like Cyclones bounce towards him, he's going to be able to pick things off, get a lot more damage done. So that did feel like too much out of GuMiho. But he's going into siege tanks now, getting his stim also. Vikings on the way for aLive, so he's definitely going to have air control coming up, and he's making siege tanks. I prefer the way that aLive is approaching this game in every way, with the opening build order a little bit more tech heavy. Just kind of sitting back for the time being. And if he has air advantage and a good amount of siege tanks, you just siege up the natural on this map, and it's super hard for your opponent to break out.
Well, aLive is definitely seizing this moment after coming out on top there. He's going to try to push out. Now, let's keep in mind that GuMiho has been pretty resilient in a lot of his TVTs, so sometimes, even though on paper it might look like a pretty good advantage here for aLive, there's a chance that GuMiho just controls so perfectly it doesn't even matter.
And look at that. He knows what's happening, right? So he comes out and tries to meet it, sieging up kind of halfway, but with the air advantage, with auto turrets in there, the possibility of landed Vikings, I don't see very much that he can do.
Oh, and he killed off the Vikings down there. Now, keep in mind, Stim's going to finish before here. Oh, he gets the tank!
Wow.
But not without that tank getting that one shot off. But the tank was the key thing that he needed to be using back there. The Vikings are now landing. Bear in mind, there are no medevacs with this army.
I really love these moves coming out of aLive here, throwing down the auto turrets and trying to get anything done that he can. Up comes his Cyclone as well, picking off that siege tank. Nicely done. And he's actually attacking rocks, I think, with that, landed Viking.
Right.
Definitely could have gotten more damage.
That was bungled pretty badly. So I was talking about this a second ago, but Stim is going to finish here for GuMiho. And aLive Stim is reasonably far away enough that if there's another fight in the midst of this, he could do a good amount of damage. That's really unfortunate for aLive's sake. It looked like he could have done a lot of damage, but GuMiho's just very good with his control.
He is. That way, like, GuMiho did his very best against what could have been a very bad situation. And that tank pick-off, when the tank got behind the other units as it was going around the gas to siege up, that was a control mistake from aLive, where he should have babysat that tank. But
hold up, Artosis.
Well done by GuMiho. Really,
he's
well
going to drop right in that same spot, give him a taste of his own medicine. And Stim's done. It's not done yet here for aLive. We're still waiting. It's getting close, but he's already got a good position.
Yeah, 7 SCVs going down, a couple depots as well, and bam, back up out of here.
So good.
Very well done. Just awesome play.
As the game goes forward, we're getting close to having that weapons attack upgrade be in good shape here for aLive, but combat shields is almost done here. I'm sorry, aLive does not have combat shields, right?
No.
That would not make any sense.
He just started it. Yeah, he was
Here we go.
Later.
He's going to come in here, try to split these Marines and target down these tanks.
Oh my God, he actually picks off both of the siege
that was really
tanks.
good.
And that means he can move into a siege position once again. What is the Viking count exactly, though? Because GuMiho just started his Viking production. So aLive might still have air control here.
Okay, it looks like aLive has started to defend this off. He's just keeping this medevac over here to try to spot. 101 supply to 85. Although there is a worker lead here for aLive, as GuMiho has been super aggro this game.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. GuMiho not even thinking about taking a third base, probably be floating his main CC around in one of these 2 CC games overall. But look, he's got siege tanks in position right now. His Viking, unfortunately, will end up dying.
What was that?
Yeah.
He lands like a 1 HP Viking down there. The Vikings have not budged here for aLive.
He's making the tank use up its ammo taste.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, nice little harassment there with the auto turrets. Auto turrets come down picking off one of these siege tanks. That's exactly the type of move you want to be making.
Is GuMiho overextending? And let's not forget that aLive has this third base. It's not really being utilized that much.
No, not so much. And in fact, GuMiho going to try to move around and attack it, but that scan from aLive was cash money. Seeing him move up this ramp, he's going to be able to reposition his army. And even though it's smaller, if you're in a siege spot and you have that air control, really hard for GuMiho to get much done.
Oh, it looks like he's going to juke back up here, headed northbound. Oh. This base is isolated.
Oh my God, great move by GuMiho. Sieging up right here. He's going to pick off yet another siege tank. 2 more siege tanks.
Oh my God, he could just leap right on top of this command center.
What a big deal, but aLive immediately loading up, dropping on top of these siege tanks. GuMiho comes down, defends it. So well done. This command center going to fall as well.
He can actually cut off circulation from the third base to the main. Hold up, he's going to come in now, targeting down this siege tank. And I think that might just be game. GuMiho is just a beast. 2-0 GG.
Super
Damn,
well done.
He's good.
4-0 out of this group. I think a lot of people probably looking towards, aLive with his recent results. Zest just being one of the best Protoss players of all time, but GuMiho crushing everyone. Really great play tonight.
I'm really impressed with GuMiho. He's looking like a very scary Terran. You could see that even in moments where it doesn't seem like it could be a favorable engage, he just knows where to hit. He knows how to split those Marines up against siege tanks. And that takes so much experience. You have to be able to scan, look at their base, you look at their unit composition, look at the setup, and then think about your own and identify in a split second, can you run in there and take him out?
That was just his movements, his tactics, his strategies, everything working out just amazingly tonight for GuMiho. So, such a well-deserved first place, but that means that aLive or Zest, 2 of the best players in the world, will not be in the round of 16.
감사합니다.
네, 정말
Congratulations,
축하드립니다. 먼저
GuMiho.
소감
Thank you.
들어볼게요.
오늘 사실
Let's hear what he wants to say after the victory.
네.
올라가게 돼서 다행이고 인터뷰도 지금
Honestly,
되게
I was
오랜만에
really nervous today.
긴장되네요.
올해 처음이에요?
네, 올해 처음이고
I'm even nervous now that I'm having an interview.
제가 뭐 어디에서 인터뷰했던 기억이 없어요. 한국에서는
네.
It's the
IEM에서는
first interview
네.
I'm having this year, I'm pretty sure.
좀 어색하네요, 많이.
네,
Gary says, yeah, I don't.
슈퍼토너먼트에서도 아쉽게 8강에서 탈락하셔서
Oh, GuMiho says, normally I have interviews outside of Korea, not
만족하실
inside,
만한
so
성적은
there I
아니었던
am.
것 같아요. 일단 오늘 경기력 아주 좋았던 것 같은데 어떠셨어요?
네, 제가 오늘은 그래도 게임이 좀 잘 된 것
First of
같고
all, your
그래도 좀
performance
부족한
seems
게
really
있다면
great.
인구수가
Are you
좀
satisfied with
많고
it?
그래가지고 나중에 갈수록 좀 마음이 급해지는 면이 있었는데 그래도
네.
잘
My
억누른 것
play, I
같아요.
executed as I expected today.
상대가 잘하는 또 한희석 선수였잖아요. 그 경기 오히려
As the
상대가
games go,
자신의
I
잘하는
was a little bit
플레이, 난전
impatient,
유도하는 플레이도 제대로
but I tried to focus
못하게
on my
했었던
play,
것
and
같아요.
it ended pretty well.
어떻게 심리전이 잘 통했던 것 같아요?
심리전으로도 좀 이긴 게 있었고
Do you think your mind games worked well
좀
throughout?
자신 있어가지고
네.
좀 실수만 하지 말자 이런 생각을 했는데
I think, yeah,
잘 먹혔던 것 같아요.
I was ahead of my
바로
opponents as far as the mind
말씀하셨던
games
그
went.
점이 1경기부터 굉장히
And,
잘
that helped me to
들어왔던
gain
것 같아요.
confidence.
저는 스타일이 두 분이 바뀌신 줄 알았어요. 1경기부터. 쭉 계속 그런 식으로 연습하고 계세요?
네, 난전을 안 하면은
네.
뭔가
Seems like your game style has switched
난전을 꾸준히
from
연습했더니 좀
your
많이 는
opponents.
것 같아요.
네, 상대는 오히려 또 고병지 선수가 뭘 할지 또 많은 고민이 있던 것
I have a lot
같더라고요.
of confidence.
네, 제가 좀 다양하게 하다 보니까 이석이도 좀
Since I practice a lot, like dogfights.
네, 자 이렇게 해서 2시즌 만에 16강에 진출하게
That's helped a lot
됐습니다.
in today's matches.
조지명식도 오랜만인데
And
혹시
네.
원하는 그림 있으세요?
조지명식
And I was very aggressive today, so I think that chipped away aLive's confidence a
네.
bit.
원하는 그림은 딱히 없는데
So now
토요일
you're in
날
the group
안 했으면
nominations.
좋겠어요.
Do you have any
제가
plans
너무
for that?
아침 일찍 출발해야 돼가지고
네,
좀
토요일은
힘드네요.
아니니까 걱정 마세요.
아 정말요?
네.
말고 조가. 네.
그 16강 경기가
네.
아 그렇군요.
He
어디
says-
사시는데요?
Yeah, I
네,
don't
제가
really like
목포에
group
살고
nominations.
있거든요.
I'm not very good at that.
네.
여기 오려면
And I live really far from Seoul.
7시쯤엔 일어나야 돼요.
오늘은 어떻게 하셨어요?
네 오늘도 왔죠. 목포에서.
So I'll have to get up at 7 in the morning
Oh,
to get to the studio.
that's classified as nerd torture right there.
there. 자 멋진 결과 가지고 내려가게
He
됐어요.
lives in
지금
Mokpo.
고마운분들 많으실 텐데
네,
팬들에게 한마디 하셔야죠.
네 응원해주시는 팬분들
It's almost at
감사하고
the
제가
far
좀
southern
성적이 안
tip.
나왔는데도 불구하고 좀
Sending words to your fans?
항상 와서 응원해주셔서
Well, thank you to my fans that have
감사하고요.
supported me.
연습 도와준 사람들이 있는데
네.
기웅이랑
And I know there's been
지현이가
times in the past where I haven't been that good in the past.
정말 열심히
But
도와줬어요.
my fans have really supported me consistently
걔네들한테도 엄청
throughout.
네, 이번이 무려 15번째 코데스시거든요.
네, 제가
I also want to thank
GSL
Hurricane
한 번도 안 빠지고 계속 했던 것 같은데
네.
예선까지
and
포함해서
my other pro gamer
이번에는
friends
좀
and
좋은
thank them all
성적
as well.
있었으면 좋겠어요.
네. 그만큼 오랫동안 함께해온 고병재 선수 이번
And,
시즌 활약 기대해
I
보도록
never
하겠습니다.
skipped the
다시 한번 1위 진출 축하드립니다.
And I never miss the qualifiers. I hope that I can make it
15번째
further here.
코데스인 고병재 선수
Congratulations
또
once more.
1위 진출로
Man, he looks
값진 결실을
great.
만들어냈는데요.
Yes.
자,
You could see
계속해서
it was like
GSL
close,
이벤트
but ultimately
안내드리겠습니다.
GuMiho is able to shred aLive.
You know, he
They just
might
have enough
be
engages.
in Super Tournament. We had aLive really rising up and showing himself as a top Terran. In the season before that, we had Ryung, top 4 of Code S,
Yeah.
really showing that like, hey, I'm here to play. Maybe this is GuMiho's season where he just crushes it, and every game we're like, damn, he's so good.
They are on the up and up. We are going to go to a short break in a minute here. We have the losers match coming up, a PvP. I don't think Creator moves on here. I mean, I think Zest looked good,
Yeah.
but not able to deal with the finesse of these Terrans.
Yeah, Creator is not bad at PvP, but
No.
Zest, like, I mean, he's going to kill you if you screw up at all. So that's going to be tough
Zest
for
has
Creator.
really built a lot of his career off of PvP. We'll be going to that after this short break, so don't go away.
I like your style.